In the final moments of The Return of the King, when the ring is destroyed and everyone thinks fate is certain, there is a small detail that makes the ending even more bitter and poetic. 3 eagles fly, not 2. 2 save Frodo and Sam. The third remains empty for a moment, as if there is a small hope for Gollum, even if he has made a mistake and his path ends in destruction. Gandalf, who always believes in the value of life even in the midst of mistakes, may have brought this eagle for this very reason. But the moment Gollum takes the ring and falls into the lava, the eagle comes back alone, his fate is sealed in a few seconds, and the hope that was possible is destroyed.
Mithrandi, why the halfling?
I do not know. Saruman believes that it is only a great power that can hold evil in check. But that is not what I have found.
Saruman in this sequence is the representative of the human mind, a mind that always sees power outside, saying that if darkness is great, then it can only be stopped by a force greater than itself. This logic is the same old game of power against power, which in the end only repeats the cycle of war and fear. But Gandalf at that moment pulls back the curtain and tells the truth. Darkness does not disappear with power, because its power itself is of the same darkness. Whenever you put force against force, you are playing with the same dark energy. The true path is of light and simplicity. Those small, ordinary things that are not at all visible. A kindness, a simple moment, a small choice right in the everyday. These are the forces that come out of the cycle of darkness, and that is precisely why they can solve the darkness. The code that Tolkien leaves here is that the world does not stand on the shoulders of great armies and heroes. The world stands on the shoulders of ordinary people who make small but light choices. Every time someone forgives, every time someone is kind, makes the darkness take a step back. The deep lesson of this sequence is that real power is not what is visible or what makes everyone afraid. Real power is the energy that silently, unassumingly, but destroys darkness from the roots, and this is the secret of the survival and light of the world in these small and anonymous moments. By showing this dialogue in the form of Gandalf, Peter Jackson wanted to remind humanity is not saved by powerful heroes, it is saved by the kindness of those unassuming people who are not even seen.
The world is not in your books and maps. It's out there.
This sequence from The Hobbit, Gandalf tells Bilbo that the world is not in books and maps, it's out there. It seems like a simple sentence, but behind it lies a great philosophy and a deep life lesson. Bilbo represents a person who sees everything within his safe framework. In the predictable world of books and maps, for him, it symbolizes order, security, and comfort. There, everything is known. Every step he is about to take is written in advance. But Gandalf is saying that real life is that unknown world, full of unknowns, beyond any map or book. Out there, that is. A place where you have no control. A place where events and circumstances are never completely predictable. How many people do you know whose lives have become just planning and thinking? For example, people who have dreamed of traveling for years, starting a business, or making a change, but they always make excuses because they don't know how or don't want to leave their comfort zone. Gandalf says here that books, maps, and thoughts are just tools, not the goal. The reality of life begins when you step into the middle of the experience. When you put your hands together and only create in your mind, nothing changes. The deep codes of this dialogue. Maps are just a guide, not the final path. You may think that if you plan well, everything will go perfectly, but life itself is always subject to unknown and dynamic factors that cannot be fully controlled. Accepting this means freedom. Fear is a sign of the right path. When you enter the unknown world, there is also fear, because you are leaving your comfort zone. This fear should not hold you back, but should be a sign that you are growing. The true self is found when you experience the real world, not just in your mind. The mind can create and fantasize, but only when you step into reality, take action and act, do you understand your truth. Life is a journey, not a predetermined destination. Books and maps may show you the initial path, but it is you who must create and choose the path. Basically, Gandalf's lesson to us is this. Out there doesn't just mean a physical place, but also situations in life where you have to step out of your comfort zone and face new and unknown things. For example, when you want to start a new relationship but you don't know how it's going to go, or when you want to try a new job but you don't know if you'll succeed. Out there means when you step outside your comfort zone, where everything is no longer known and predictable. For example, when you want to travel to a new place without having a complete plan, or when you decide to learn a new skill that you have no idea how good you can be at. At these times, fear and doubt may come to you because you don't know what is going to happen, but this fear means that you are getting closer to growth because real life is happening in these moments, in these unknown experiences and unknowns. That's where, when you have the courage to enter it, you will find your true self and feel the meaning of life for real, not in fantasies and mental plans. In the ruins of Dol Guldur, Gandalf encounters Thrain, who is no longer the king he once was, a twisted madman who has forgotten even his own name. The snakes surrounding Thrain are not physical at all. Thrain is the victim of a dark spell that has targeted his mind. Here's the thing. Thrain is truly in pain and afraid. But Gandalf tells him with a knowing gaze, these things are not real. As a Mayan, a demigod who knows that will triumphs over matter. He understands that Thrain's real suffering is not the walls of that prison, but the walls he has built in his mind. This shadow only has power as long as you allow it to occupy the layers of your mind.
All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
The choice of the given hour. We do not choose the age we live in, nor the shadows that fall across our path. Like Frodo, we may wish that the storm had never come, that the crisis had bypassed our shores, or that the world were a kinder place. But as the wizard reminds us, so do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. The world, with all its crashes and chaos, is the stage we were handed. We cannot rewrite the script, but we are the absolute masters of our own performance. While others waste their spirit wishing for a sunnier era, the wise heart accepts the fog and asks, given the darkness, how shall I carry my light? Complaining is a ghost of action. It feels real, but it leaves you empty-handed. Remember, the only power you truly possess is not over the world, but over your own will. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. At the Council of Elrond, Gandalf saying, it is not despair, for despair is only for those who see the end beyond all doubt. To look at a difficult world and feel a heavy heart is human. But to surrender to despair is a mistake of the mind, as the wizard taught us. Despair is the ultimate arrogance. It is the belief that you have seen every possible future, and that they all lead to darkness. But the truth is, the path ahead is hidden from the eyes of the wise and the powerful alike. No market crash, no political storm, and no personal failure is a final sentence. When the road is steep, the high performer does not claim to see the summit. They simply refuse to believe the journey is over. They know that as long as the end is not yet written, there is space for a miracle, for a turn of luck, or for a single courageous act to change everything. Do not confuse a difficult chapter with the end of the book. Keep walking, for the end is hidden from us all.